Right, okay, Stuart, go.
Hmm? Go ahead.
We're recording right now.
Oh, sorry. I was playing with my tech. All right, guys, welcome back for another top 10. Now, today is, as usual, something that we haven't rehearsed. We don't know what the other person is picking. But what is the topic for today, Samuel? I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention.
Well, you've already said it in our little skit,
What?
totally real intro. Trek Tech.
Oh,
Top
yes.
10, top 5, whatever, Trek Tech. Now, this could be anything, and I'm really interested to see what you pick. There are some obvious ones,
Hmm.
but maybe not. I'm interested.
This one was very tough because each piece of tech is awesome and each piece of tech can apply to the real world today.
And
And
each
so
piece you want.
it was very interesting and different reasons for each. So let's get into it.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5 is the universal translator. How much
That's great.
how much better would it be on this planet if we could all understand each other and actually get along? I think something like this is something that is needed. I know that there
Hmm.
are apps that do translate kind of poorly in most cases,
Yeah.
but a true universal translator is something that I think would be a fantastic, especially when we start meeting alien life out there.
Hmm.
So that's my number 5 slot.
But true, real time, you know,
Yeah,
as easy as this sort of discussion. Absolutely.
and it's so advanced that even the mouth moves in the English language too. It's amazing.
That's pretty amazing.
That's one thing that you notice in Star Trek. All the
I
aliens.
hadn't thought about that,
I know,
actually.
right?
Huh. You blew my mind a little bit there. I never thought of that. I thought, oh, you obviously speak in English because Universal Translator. But yeah, why are they...
Their mouths would be moving totally different. Let's be like watching
Yeah.
a Japanese movie that's dubbed. Anyway, number 4 warps in with the warp drive. I mean, how cool would it be to have warp drive and be able to actually get out of our solar system and explore and start coming together as a planet and people and one common goal? Let's go explore and not kill anybody anymore, hopefully.
Basically,
uh,
yeah.
so warp drive is very fundamental to us, our future, and getting off of this planet and kind of expanding. So that's definitely my number 4 pick.
There's a universe out there. Let's go, explore it.
Yeah, let's go ruin the rest of the universe like we did with our planet.
Oh, we never could. There's not enough time in the galaxy. There's not enough time in the universe to destroy the universe. There's too much of the universe.
Give humans a chance, Samuel. We can do anything.
Human spirit, go!
I'm sure Q would agree. Uh,
Yeah.
Number 3 slot for me is the tricorder. I mean, you could do anything with the tricorder. You can see what's wrong with your car, where the gas and lines and the cable lines are when you need to dig outside. You don't need to call anybody. I mean, you can see what's wrong with a person with a medical tricorder. You don't have to cut them open or take blood. I mean, there's so many possibilities with the tricorder. I would simply love one. I know they have fun, like rudimentary ones now that tell you the color spectrum and things like that, and the magnetic,
Mhm.
But a real functioning tricorder would be amazing.
And obviously, you could be super cheeky and go for the 29th century, so you get all the bells and whistles, then some.
Absolutely, right? All right, so
Cool.
number 2 for me would be transporters.
Okay.
Because I would love just to beam over and hang out with Samuel and film like on location with him.
I'm waiting.
Uh, you're the one that does the effects here. You want to beam me out? No.
It's a good point. Next time.
But I mean, we did a transporter episode on technology. We talked about beaming to the Earth, beaming to the moon. Beaming to different continents, just having a vacation, coming right back. And how easy would it be to move your house? Like if you need to pick up and move, you just beam everything over there. You don't have to worry about slugging it around. So
Or just beam the house.
that's even a better idea. Just right on top of the other house that was there before. Oh, we're sorry. And so that's number 2.
Okay, number 1.
Number 1 is everyone's dream, and I would never get anything done because it'd be a holodeck. I would live in the holodeck. I have so many programs that I have worked out in my head that I would be doing. Some which can be mentioned here, others that cannot. But yeah, so the holodeck is, I think, something that will actually ruin mankind unless we get it after we've kind of developed a little bit more, because it'll make everybody really lazy and never leave the holodeck at all. And I think we would end our advancement as a race if we had actually had one. But what a cool concept and what a cool idea, and so many possibilities. So that's my number 1.
Great list.
I know, I made it.
So my list is a little bit different, and I'm excited actually how different it is. My number 5 is the Krenim time-changing beam thingy.
So chronoton kind of beam thing.
That time boom. Basically, it's a ship that can change time. Enough said. Wipe out races and make others stronger. Can you literally get a more impressive piece of technology that, well, apart from my other 4, because there's 4 above this, but seriously, it's amazing, and we didn't see any drawbacks. Like, that's an incredible piece of technology. A time ship that can not only be protected from timeline, but affect time, big and small, and no drawbacks.
No drawbacks at all. Races gone out of extinction.
But you could, well, that's a side effect.
Sorry.
It's a side effect. And I would do little things like make sure Star Trek gets a new show that's not made JJ, just change the timeline.
Butterfly effect, though. Everything you change is going to have huge ramifications on other things.
Time ship?
Samuel, you didn't think this through at all.
And literally in the script I literally put number 5, Krenim time changing beam thingy. So that's my number 5. Number 4 is transphasic cloaking.
Okay.
I mean, cloaking technology is so 2152. What's really the bee's knees is transphasic cloaking. And I even have another prop because they're transphasic cloaking. I mean, think about it. Invisible and be able to move through solid matter. That is incredible. I mean, like, really incredible. Ships and stations become completely impervious to everything and anything. You just pass through an enemy's defences like it's nothing, or transphase a torpedo into the Starfleet headquarters and just blow up. I mean, this technology is incredible and frightening, but luckily there are space laws against it. Not the sonar care, though, so they might screw us. I can sense I did my list based on what in the Trek universe you based on reality, so this is the...
Yeah, and I had a feeling you based your list on just so you could play with your models more.
So I based the tech on what's cool in the universe, so rather than what I can... So I think transphasic cloaking is an incredible piece of technology. That's just me.
In universe, I'd agree, but I think we went at this 2 different ways.
We did.
Because we don't really discuss these things prior, so...
Nope. Trek tech.
Interesting. Keep going.
My number 3 piece of Trek tech is Data, the android, because Star Trek does not have any robot life forms, but we do have one Data and one Law and one B4. But he is a marvel. The question is, what can't he do? I just think the fact that he is so loyal and so good is amazing, because you see how much trouble a bad android can get into. And I think Data could probably do more this time if he really wanted to. Become part of a really great science team and, expand the, forefront of human knowledge. But he wants to become more human, and that's another element that makes technology so amazing. It's not a collection of circuits. Data is a life form, and amazing. So both as tech and as a person, amazing. And that's why he's my number 3, Trek tech.
Interesting. I considered putting him on my list as well. So
my number 2 is warp drive. Glad we have that in common. To travel the stars. That is something I've imagined my entire life. And with warp drive, preferably though warp 6+, because it'll take a long time to get anywhere. Strong warp, please. That can become reality. And the problems of our own Earth become so small when you're given the universe. When it has unlimited possibilities, there's unlimited resources, there's unlimited new developments. I mean, we are such a small planet, and there's such a huge universe. Even just colonizing every planet in our solar system would change the way we see the universe, because I'm sure there's minerals and everything on these planets that would change.
We wouldn't have to fight over the minerals that are here, and that's
the thing. Problem. Yeah. Why would you fight when you can just, when you can bring the materials back? Obviously, it's a bit of a long, drawn-out process, but I mean, it's an incredible possibility, and I'm so glad we're striving, if slowly, towards that possibility. I'm not sure if we're ready for it yet, but I hope we are, and I hope at least I see some sort of inter-system travel in my lifetime. I'm not going to say warp or fast and light, but inter-system. Although I've got to say, I was a little bit paused for thought in putting this one on here, because I think that's the one piece that's not unique to Trek, because there's Slipstream in, Andromeda, or Slipspace in Andromeda, there's hyperspace in Stargate, there's hyperspace in Star Wars. Like, the idea of FTL is such a normal concept that it's not necessarily Trek tech, but I think...
The warp scale is, and the warp speed.
Sure. But I think as a piece of technology, it's still got to be there as one of the best parts of Trek, even if it is a very normal piece of tech in science fiction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But still my number 2. And my number one, I've got to agree with you completely, a holodeck, because again, the possibilities are endless. Anywhere, anytime, as long as you have information though to let the computer compute the program, it's a perfect video game. It's the perfect training tool, perfect exploration. And just to get on a serious note though, to grow up in a world with them as a child or as an adult, how would that change the society? How would that change? Because I'm obviously skipping into the Star Trek world. Again, what is it like to grow up when you've got a holodeck? I don't even know what that world would be, because virtual reality is not the same thing. This is a complete. And although obviously we've seen TNG, it's an early version, early in terms of the advancement. So obviously we don't know the kids growing up in it until, I guess, Jake could be the best example of a kid growing up with holodecks.
You would definitely need parental blocks, just like the internet, which the kids could get around.
I think I think the culture would be different.
Oh, absolutely. And you could try out anything you wanted to do. You could let your imagination run free.
Which, in essence, could even make the society better, because if you can get out of all your demons or get all that frustration in multiple different facets of your life, wouldn't you be a more grounded person?
You would think so, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you can, if you're an alcoholic, just go get drunk in the holodeck. As soon as you leave, fake alcohol leaves your fake body or real body. Maybe you could get through these vices.
Wow, we're getting serious here, trying to help humanity and all that.
Yeah, I mean I thought about it. Obviously, the issue is you could get lost in a fantasy, but the possibilities are too exciting to not push towards that. So that is why my holodecks are my number one Trek tech.
It would have to be like Netflix for sure. After like a few hours, it's there. Are you still there? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Wow. Great list. We approach this totally differently, and it's amazing the way that turned out.
Yeah.
I need to do kind of a list of in-universe kind of tech that would be cool. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things the tricorder is amazing, like a great idea, but I think we can reach that. Whereas Phase cloak, I just thought of the tech in the Trek universe, and by Universal Translator, all props for that. That is an amazing piece of tech that I really should have put on just for the amount of world building that would do. I went for Crenum Time Beam instead.
And wiping whole species out of.
Hey, it's a possibility. So you don't have to do that. It's a choice. What is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention would be phasers.
Yeah, I understand.
Phased weapons. I mean, it's a weapon, true, but it's also a very useful tool. It's a cutting beam.
It's basically just lasers. It's just focused lasers. You can do what? Yeah.
It's not lasers. Lasers are lasers. Phasers are not lasers. Phasers are photons instead of light. Get your tech right. That's what the PH in phaser stands for, is photon instead of laser, which is light. Anyway, but no, the fact that you can use them to disintegrate objects, you don't have to worry about the garbage situation, I guess. But no, you can heat up rocks, you can cut things. It's a great, useful tool. There's many different settings. It does cause a problem of more weapons and weapons control and things, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would revolutionize how you weld things together. It'd revolutionize crowd control. You can just light stun everyone.
Yeah, wide dispersal pattern.
No pain, just heat your coffee. The president's coffee.
Perfect, yeah.
The president walks in and is like, Secret Service, and just put a phaser. Coffee's hot, sir. That's what it was designed for, guys. My honourable is transporters. I was very tempted to put it higher, and again, it's super practical, but for some reason, when I was thinking that, I with all this technology, I kept thinking, well, if it's like, what top 5 do you want to have in that, like, you get all 5, surely we need warp core first to power said devices. So I kept thinking, transporters take so much power that I don't think our society, which is weird because obviously you were going real life, I wasn't going real life. I wouldn't have the power to keep the transporters going, but there are shuttles. I mean, they're amazing piece of technology. That's why it's my number 6, basically. But in terms of, like, amazing, I still think, phase cloaking and time beams. More impressive.
Those two didn't even jump in my head at all. So.
That's why I like writing this list, because I knew it was going to be different.
Cool. Interesting. Yeah, I'm always surprised by these top 10s, and this one was definitely a treat. So, wow. Good job.
And that is it for this week's Trekyards Top 10. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what top 5 you want, because I have a feeling they're all going to be different.
Well, there's going to be so many different variations down there for sure.
Apart from probably the top 1, 2, or 3, we get that. But maybe... Or even, if you want to say, what is the top 5 that you would want? Which actually, maybe we should do one day, top 5 do we want? Because that's a totally different list, I think. Maybe.
won't be too much different from this one for me, but we'll see.
Well, I don't want to phase cloak. I mean, it's... Anyway, that is it for this week's Trekyards Top 10. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, guys, this is Commander Cookings as always.
And Captain Foley.
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.